Man. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Going on? So, what's up, man? Let me see. What's up, man? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
This is cooking so good. Uh-oh. In the kitchen. Oh,
I'm sorry.
it's like, you did multiple tasks. That's all it is, man. Yeah,
Multitasking here. My bad.
multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, what you do? That's all the Crawfords do is multitask. We don't do nothing else. We don't know how to do nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was, hey, Carrie. So,
Free.
um, so yeah, when you say multitask,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't, it's probably no other way to do it. I think most business owners, that's what they do. They multitask but they make it look real easy. It's
Yeah.
like, I wish, like, when I was growing up, I remember I used to skate, right?
Yeah.
And I remember you said, "Babe, I want to go back to start skating." So I said, "Well, maybe that's something we probably need to do together to try to figure out." It's like you said, you want to skate, so I'm like, "All right, well, that's what's up." Getting the things like doing something like that, skating and stuff. But when you actually we was growing up doing it, just imagine we would have put a lot of time into skating. And you just watch how they glide across the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and they make it look all smooth and everything. You'd be like, dang, wish I could still do that. Well, you can. You know what I'm saying? And I was reading something, and first of all, I want to just thank everybody, for being on the live, and then having my beautiful wife over here. She got her glasses on this week. You know what I'm saying? Doing her thing. You remember I was telling you about the the daily devotion
Mm-hmm.
from Dennis Kimbrough,
Mm-hmm.
Think and Grow Rich. Um, Shout out to that book and Black Choices. Well, the day was about you get out what you put in, right? Think about it for a moment. So whatever energy you put into something you're trying to achieve or be successful in, is if you put in like minimum energy,
You're gonna get minimum results.
exactly, and you can't be mad at nobody but who,
Yes, so.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that's one of those days, and so I just feel like that you gotta have that positive energy, no matter what. Like last week we'll say, hey, tired, but we still get on here and try to give you the best that we can give, and that's why I tell my wife, like, hey, let me, somebody gotta be the beast, and then somebody gotta be the beauty. So we're gonna have the beauty and the beast on here and just do what we do and just make it happen because that's what makes things like okay. Well, they probably genuine there at CLA. And we just some. It's like the average people, like when me as a truck driver, you know, I go into some of these local locations that are mom and pops or whatever have you, and somebody be like, "Wow, you way down there." Well, to be honest with you, some of the most down to earth, genuine people, and that's pretty much what you getting from us at CLA. Just
Mm-hmm.
down to earth, genuine, just really about trying to just say, hey, we no different than you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And just
Right.
keeping it, and we just keep it 100. But anyway, topic of discussion, great topic, and it's about the IFTA versus the heavy road use tax.
Now,
So go ahead.
it's if the versus heavy road usage.
Well, because what happens is with the IFTA, remember now that's two different type of things. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So because what happens is the IFTA, they work together. Let me just say that. Of course, they work together. Everything works together. I'm sorry. I want to get something going right quick. Hold on a second. Everything works together based off of. I'm sorry. I want to make sure I have my stuff together. Give me a second. Okay. Everything works together based off of the taxes. So remember now, this is tax month. And so we just wanted to make sure we kept it kind of consistent. The IFTA is based off of what? The International Fuel Tax Agreement. Okay. And what that agreement is between the states, okay, of that you're going to be able to, how much fuel you did, let's say South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
How many miles you ran in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because what happens is when you get into the heavy road tax, and because because as heavy as our vehicles are, we're dealing with different states. And so if I decide I did a load in, let's say, South Carolina, and in South Carolina that, and then I fueled up in South Carolina, but I'm 40,000 pounds in South Carolina, and then now I got the heavy taxes, which is it's called a 2290 or heavy road tax.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in South Carolina, but I fueled up in South Carolina and I'm heavy. That's where that's why I said the verses. Because when you get into those states,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, you have to show how much fuel you burn in those states. But also, too, in order for me to even get in that state, I had to pay my 2290. So that's where that works. That's why I said versus those things work together.
Sounds
That's what it sounds weird.
confusing.
For real? Why you say that? It's I mean, it's
Because
not.
IFTA is the tax that you pay for the fuel.
Hold on, babe. I'm gonna take my little sip. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Take my little
Really?
sip.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. I got
Careful,
to
I'll
take.
get you for that.
I got to do the sip, man. I mean, the plug. Mm-hmm.
So IFTA is the tax that you pay for the fuel,
Yeah.
and heavy road usage is the tax that you pay for going through the state.
No, see, going through the state, you paying is used the IFTA. The IFTA is to get into the state. The heavy road is the tax that pays when as far as driving into those states.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
yeah, but
Oh,
the IFTA is when I'm fueling, because
right,
fuel taxes is everything.
right, right,
The
right. The
heavy
IFTA
road
is at the
usage.
pump. The IFTA is at the pump.
Yeah,
The
and the
heavy
heavy.
road is when you're actually on the road.
Yeah, and that's paid and usually around July.
Right.
And you got it's so many. See, the heavy road usually have two names. They call it, well, three. It's called the heavy road use tax,
Mm-hmm.
or 2290,
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay.
or the 550
Okay.
tax.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because usually it's like $550. When with that. Now,
Mm-hmm.
box trucks don't have to have the heavy road use
290.
tax.
Okay.
You don't have to have it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
because they're under 26,000 pounds. Heavy road use is anything 80,000 pounds. So, but it's important that I just kept it in tax month, and look how it blowed through.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah, like I said, you're right. Putting the wear and tear on the roads, putting the yeah, you're right. You're right. You're putting the pollution in the air, and that's the thing. So
Yep.
each states have to share into that carbon tax, and that's
Gotcha.
So that's, hey, how you doing, everybody?
Hey,
So
Nicole.
yeah, hey, so that's what that's about. It's really just but those and you kept it in tax months because everybody always thinking that it's just about your regular personal taxes versus your business taxes.
Mm-hmm.
no, there's so many other taxes under the business that, you know, it's like, and that's why when I was saying versus the 2290 versus the heavy road versus the IFTA taxes. And so, and so the thing about it is that each state is different. Um, like when you deal with Kentucky, there's a certain tax that you got to pay for a permit to even rent in Kentucky. And some people don't even realize that in New York there's a permit. I think New York, Kentucky, it's one more state. I don't know right off the top of the head, but it's a different permit you got to have, and that's to be able to rent in the state. So when you start thinking about different things like, you know, taxes and everything, that's why I want to tell everybody, when you look at the factors that a lot of food is not being on the shelves and things of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
that truck eats a lot of costs. See, people don't understand. You get in transportation, you eat a lot of costs. I mean, you
Yeah.
work behind the scenes. Um, and the reason why I brought this up because, you know, and I'm not scared to talk about it because, you know, me and you was talking about that the other day that um, this is a subject that's hard for people to talk about in their business. And the only reason we talk about it is because it's not that we don't that we talking about it to glorify it. We talk about it because, man, we go through this all the time.
Well, also too, a lot of I don't like a you don't you're right. You don't see a lot of I don't see a lot of transportation companies talking about the taxes online on their lives and on their pages.
Yes, we are.
I I think they
Hmm.
just um covering. I think what we talk about is the real, right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
I'm not trying to downplay anybody else's business, but we're not on here trying to proclaim to be gurus. We just trying to just talk about things that we see is not being brought to other people's attention, because you will have people out here thinking you could just get in a truck and become this millionaire overnight. But what people are not understanding, we just want to put it out there that, hey, when you buy that truck, when you start that trucking company, it's not just about buying the truck, hitting the road, and $2,000 or $3,000 is hitting your bank account at the end of the week. You still
exactly.
gotta understand that there's other things that's going to come out that settlement that you get.
Exactly.
And I don't want people out here thinking that you're going to get around paying those taxes, because just like the IRS will come knock on your door for their money, the state, which is who you pay these if the taxes to, you pay it to the state, they gonna call and come knocking on the door too. So it's not just about paying business taxes. You also got to pay the fuel taxes. Mind you, the amount is way different, a lot less, but you still have to pay. Thus, you still got to pay it quarterly. You still got to keep track of who the driver is. You still got to keep track of the states that you're going through. You still got to keep track of the state that you stop to put the fuel in, and you got to keep track of the odometer, right? The
Exactly.
odometer reading. So that's a lot that goes into if the taxes and heavy road usage. So that's a lot of information that you have to track on top of all the other things that you have to do when you're running a transportation company.
Exactly. But that's the thing when you because it's the, you know, you have what they say, it's like when you create a great sandwich, you got two pieces of bread somewhere. I mean, you can try to put it on pita bread and fold it however you want to do it, but it's the middle we're trying to tell you. It's the
Right.
middle. Everything that
Mhm.
happens in the middle is what's going to
Yes,
make your
in
company
the middle. In the
successful.
middle.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is the thing I was trying to tell someone today. I see a lot of guys be like, man, got my authority. I'm like, okay, cool. And they got the authority. And I'm saying, so, you know, which they don't understand, you know, when you first get your authority, they want to see if you at least had your authority for about 90 days before they do business with you,
Hmm.
just to try to make sure, okay, get a feel that you're not a fly by night company or,
Right.
you know, you got some things together.
Hmm.
Well, excuse me, when you get into dealing with certain parts of what sinks small businesses,
Mm-hmm.
I always tell anybody, what sinks a small business quicker than anything, it starts with a T and it ends with an X. And it's an A in the middle. It's taxes. I'm sorry. And that's why I just kept it this I kept it consistent. And
Mm-hmm.
shouts out to my, my fam was saying, we asked about new topics of discussion, but we said no, we're gonna keep it taxes this month. And the reason why we kept it about taxes because if you're in small business and you're dealing with transportation, there's so many different taxes, and that's why when people talk about taking these loads and things, you gotta realize you might take a load for going to Florida, paying somewhere, 16, 17, $1,800, in the Florida. Okay, of that $1,800, someone's gonna be, a percentage of it's gonna be fuel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you got a truck, no percentage of a truck, no. If you don't have a truck, no, cool. But there's
You still
wear
got,
and tear. But
you
there's
still
wear and
got,
tear and maintenance. You got to add that fee in. But regardless, where do your tax fit in? Because you're gonna pay that fuel tax.
if they keeping them their receipts. I'm wondering if they keeping the receipts,
They have to.
throwing them in track
No,
after
no,
you
no. They have
pull
to
up the truck.
because no, they have to because you cannot get into that state without that IFTA. See,
Gotcha.
I was telling a partner of mine. He was like, "Well, T, man, every time I come back empty, I don't get pulled in. I'm sorry. Every time I'm going down with a load, I don't get
Mm-hmm.
pulled in
Mm-hmm.
into the weight station."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "But every time I'm coming back, I get pulled in." I said, "The reason why you get pulled in is because they know you empty, and they want to see where your frame of mind is to see, because see, once again, under the bottom of our trucks,
Yeah.
it's called a track,
Mm-hmm.
and it has different slots that a trailer that you put a kingpin. I mean, not kingpin. You put a pin in, and they're like little lines under the bottom of the trailer. Each one of those holes stands for something for each state. And guess what? When you come through that scale, if you're one pin off, like let's say you're one pin to the left,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, one pin north or one pin south,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
that one pin is a ticket in that state. And you ain't even got no freight on the truck.
Right.
You understand? So what I'm saying to you, when you get into this transportation business, it is important that you clearly understand what you are doing. Because once again, when you go between these states, you're crossing what they call that scale.
Mm-hmm.
Once you cross that scale, see those things, the IFTA, the 2290,
Oh,
all
yeah.
those
Better play.
things play.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So that's why I'm saying when I tell people, I'm like, look, man, don't get out here playing with this thing, man.
You got to order your stickers early too, because they take a minute to come to you in the mail.
Exactly.
And then you got to call them and tell them, hey, where are my stickers? So
And
that's
then
just another piece of advice. When you got to get your if the stickers, just order them early because they take forever to come in the mail.
or if the stickers, your 2290, like right now, it's like you want to do your 2290 in June.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's due in July, don't wait till July. Don't wait till July to do that. Because right now everything's is being adjusted. And small businesses, in order for you to, you know, to be able to even compete today, somebody said, well, man, see, like I'm always in survival mode. Man, you got to stay in survival mode when you're
Got
small.
to. Yeah. You have.
And, and that's why I said, when I read that earlier, when I said you get out what you put into, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
your business, the universe,
Mm-hmm.
whatever,
Yeah.
and if you, and that's why I mean, and that's what I'm saying. So if you want your small business to grow, You have to be a part of, you know, lives like what we're doing. Just be a part of a structure that's going to help you be able to have a platform to reach out to say, you know what, the reason why I want to be a part of that is because they're like-minded. You know, the things they're talking about has everything to do with forward progress.
Yeah.
I'm not getting on here with a live telling you something that I don't know. I mean, you know, this is what it's about. So, you know, but we deal with this every day. I mean, you know, when we talked about somebody asking us to send if this information, you know, not from 2019 or 2020 or 2021, it was like, well, look, Mr. Crawford, we need you to send some information.
2018.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
How many small businesses really keep a lot of their stuff for 2018?
Exactly.
You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting everybody know. Always, see, that's one thing I loved about, I will say, you know, that seven, that seven stand for something. It's a magical number.
Mm-hmm.
Seven is a great number. It's a beautiful number, biblical. But hey, don't think the IRS on you that seven for a reason. They go back 7 years on you.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, don't play with it. So we're still in that scope of. They said, well, we're gonna do 2018. Okay,
Right.
cool. And here
Exactly.
we are in 2022. So 2018. You know what I'm saying? So technically, if my math serves me well, trying to go backwards, that's kind of crazy. So I think if I subtract seven for 2022, what's that like? Maybe 20, 20, what, that's a seven. So I got 18. What's that? What's that? Six or something? No, no, that's not six. That's
You already
five.
answered
That's
too.
five. That's five. Exactly. So they could actually go back to 2020. They could actually go back to 2015 on me.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about it for a moment. They can say, okay, Mr. Crawford, we can bust your chops up into 2015 of April 26. Then tomorrow we can bust your chops up until April 27. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's still 7 years.
Yeah.
So getting on here trying to explain to everybody, like, look, I'm not telling you nothing. I'm just trying to give you, like, I'm just trying to give you the real and just begin you to understand, you know, you're gonna be in the small business, transportation. Protect yourself. Um, um, CLA is here for you. Our biggest thing we try to do is get you to understand that we do these lives for a reason. Um, especially me. My wife is on. She's big as a supporter um, because I could not do this out in the field without you. You know that me. I tell people that all the time because the stuff you see inside, like what you see inside, you're on your computer screen, right?
Yeah.
And you be like, man, what is this? It's kind of like what I see when I'm out on the road. I'm like, man, what the hell that driver doing? It's
Yeah.
kind of, you see what I'm saying? It's just the
Yeah.
difference of the screens
Mm-hmm.
and what our perception is. Because
Mm-hmm.
what I see on the road, I'd be like, man, I cannot believe this person doing this. And what you said, I cannot believe they're asking me for this information,
Right.
whether it be a customer, nothing against, the
Or
IRS or
auditor.
auditor or anything like that. You
Yeah.
like, man, you just asked me for this today,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. So, and
Mm-hmm.
that's all when we doing our lives as us, we just trying to tell you, we can't make this stuff up. We just trying to just give you,
Information.
information and the opportunity for you to go back on our lives on Crawford Transportation Logistics.com or go to, like I said, follow us on Crawford Logistics and Associate on Instagram or Crawford Logistics and Associate on Facebook or Crawford Logistics underscore, I think, at TikTok. We just trying to give you the platform to go find the information.
Mm-hmm.
These lives they're on our YouTube page. You know, and shouts out to Carrie and Heather. You know, our team really we just trying to get information out of it. So when you see me and Meech on here talking, we're having a conversation and hoping that, y'all chime in and or share this information with others to say, hey,
Yeah.
you know what, they really just trying to give you and things they went through on to, up until from last Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? It's just what happened
Every
in the
we
last
go
7
through something
days.
new, it seemed like.
Yeah, in the last 7 days. And like I said, big shouts out to you because, like my wife's like, okay, I'm still trying to make us a little bit of grubs to eat and everything, just like I'm still trying to get a little something, make sure it don't burn and make sure it's just like, okay, we're ready to do our thing. And trust me, when you looking at us, we've been to work. Ain't no, been on no plane, no train, no boat. We've been to work, man. You know what I'm saying? This is real. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if I lied to you and told you we ain't have a team, I'd be lying to you.
That's right.
We got a real solid team
Yes, we do.
of individuals that work with us every day. Shouts out to Trina, my niece Edie, Robert, Henry,
Mm-hmm.
Felix, Anton,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dre,
Mm-hmm.
Low. It's so much that we deal with, and we couldn't do this without them. Miss Marilyn, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? All the way down to somebody that take care of our building.
Yes,
Miss
Miss K.
K, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We can't do this without them, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, shouts out to the guy that even cut the lawn, you know what I'm saying? Chris, can't do this without them, man. So, but just letting you know, man, we just a real, we just want to leave a mark on this earth. My wife and us, me and me, we just get on here and just have a conversation and just kind of let y'all into our world for a few minutes. And so, you know, appreciate everybody. Shouts out. We're gonna get ready to chop it up and close it up tonight. Either, we just, want to tell everybody a little bit about the 2290 or the heavy road use tax or the IFTA, and which, I think a lot of y'all probably know what IFTA stands for is, and then a lot of y'all know what heavy road use stands for. But if you don't, I'll go ahead and lighten you on it, and then we're gonna get it close. Heavy road uses is heavy vehicle uses tax, or in the international, and then the IFTA stands for International Fuel Tax Agreement.
Agreement. Yeah.
Sometimes it might be associate, but it really agreement because it's the agreement between the states.
Yeah, I thought it was association, but it's actually agreement. So
Yeah, but like you said, some people do have it as associate. Um,
association.
yeah, so I'm sorry, association. I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
but technically, excuse me, it is based off an agreement between all the states,
Right.
as far as you being able to run in their states. But anyway, do you have anything? And if not, I'm go ahead and wrap it up.
I don't have anything else. I just want to thank everybody who gets on our lives every week. Thank you for everyone new who joined our live today. And we will see you guys next Tuesday.
Exactly. So, like I said, love my wife saying that. Once again, Transportation Tuesday coming at you live. We appreciate you so much. We just get on here just to try to give you a little bit of our time. And like me said, we just thank everybody that gets on here, every week, or the new ones that chime in. But like I always say, a day above ground is a good day. And one thing you got to always remember, a day above ground, you got another chance at it. So if you didn't get it right, you know, yesterday, today, you better get it right tomorrow if you wake up. So that's all it's about. Just trying to make sure that everybody just continue to just, hang here with us. And, next month we'll be in May and do topic of discussion. We'll be talking about, insurance and things like that, self-employment insurance, because be you don't have to just not start your business. And that's one thing me and my wife always talked about. And it's one thing I will say about her. Not gonna be long winded. We talk about self-insurance. I mean self-employment, insurance.
Mhm.
And you got to just get out there and look for it. Don't let insurance stop your dreams. And like I said earlier, what you put into your business, if you put a lot of energy into it, you're gonna get a lot out of your business. But anyway, just want to say thank everybody once again, and hey, I'm good. Talk to you next Tuesday. Peace. Talk to you in a
Bye,
minute.
y'all.
All right, everybody. All right.
Good night.